This isn't necessarily the correct way of working, but it's how I work. And it's got me this far. So step 0 of the 7-stage plan is housekeeping. It's really boring, but really important. I don't always stick to this, but I try to keep my folders organized as best I can, basically. But once that's sort of done, it's stage 1 of the 7-stage workflow is syncing footage. So when you're in Premiere, you've got your timeline like this. Everything above the timeline, video, everything below, audio. And so when I record, I normally record with like at least 2 cameras, sometimes more. This could be camera 1, and normally I'll layer like camera 2, and then obviously each one has their own audio track to it. And then I normally also record audio separately if I can. So then there'll be another track along the bottom here, which is just audio. And so what I do when I film is a sync clap. And so you line them all up so they match. It's that easy. Step 2, I call correction, which is basically making everything consistent. So it'll be fixing audio. If I'm recording audio separately, I'll like get rid of the camera audio. Basically, I'll just disable it. Other corrections to the cameras, I make sure they look the same. And then on top of that, I add. So I normally do this on an adjustment layer, which I normally keep like just above. And what that means is I make a grade. And if I want to tweak it down the line, I can, and then I don't have to do each clip individually because you're gonna start cutting shit, basically, and it's gonna get complicated. Which leads us on to stage 3, the rough cut. So the rough cut is as simple as you think it is. It's doing a rough cut. If it's not interesting, not needed, not funny, get rid of it, basically. So this is basically the starting blocks of stuff like the story, basically. I hate the term story, sounds so wanky. But then this is where it starts to get fun. This is kind of the interesting bit of the edit, is the clean cut, where you've got your rough bit, and now it's kind of making it flow better. And so picking cameras, what cameras to use when. There could be 10,000 more cuts in here, but this is just simple. But then it's also where, if I want to add in cutaways, other stuff, it's where I'll do it as well. If I'm like referencing something like a film or like a clip, it goes in. And it's also where I'll add in like any basic text that I want to do. Don't know how many there'll be. Sure, there'll be one at the beginning and then one near the end. Sure, don't know what this time sequence is. Maybe it's this edit. And then I sort of do an audio pass with music. So music will normally fill the timeline, basically. So quite often I use music from Epidemic Sound, and the way that comes in 3 stems normally, at least, which will be like a bass line, the melody, and like a drum. And then I go through and I make levels to the adjustment. Bring them up and down. It's nothing complicated, but for the sake of this, let's just say there's one audio music track. Music is done. We've added in music. It's beautiful. Sounds amazing. And now this is the stage of the process that I think is the most exciting. This is all the design, all the motion, all the graphics. And the thing that I think I need to do in After Effects is this is where it comes in. So I'll go through, I'll look at all my clips and think, what would be better with some animation or something? So I just slowly start replacing the bits that I think need effects. Amazing. Look at all those After Effects compositions. Outstanding stuff. And then sort of the final step is sort of the sound effects pass. So I'll move this music down a bit, give it some space. So quite often I'll have to do some sound for every single sort of After Effects thing to make it sort of work a bit better. And then I'll also do like subtle like sounds for transitioning between like big things. If there's like a cutaway, I'll do like a transition sound. I think that is my 7-stage process. Sure. And then we end the video with like a little end slide. Normally, there we go, just pop that